What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Ace of Plays channel. It's been a few days. 4 days? 5? I'm not gonna do the math. There's a lot of math involved in discerning between 4 and 5 days having passed. But it's been a few days. I have not been feeling well up in the old dome. But don't worry, I'm not going to sit here and lie about depression to get attention and sympathy donations. Instead, I'm just going to, face what always becomes sort of a fear. Whenever I don't record for a while, it's like the longer I go without recording, the more intimidating recording becomes. And it just gets worse and worse. So, you know what, I'm going to sit down. I want to make a video. So I'm going to make a gosh darn video. And hopefully, you're going to watch it. And you're going to like it. Anyway. So yes, I've been away from video creation for a few days. A small handful of days. I've not been entirely away from Gwent though. I have been experimenting with decks. Looking at decks. Not a lot of success has come out of that. But I do have this Battle Trance deck that I don't have a spectacular win rate. I've played 5 games and I won 3. So, I mean, it's positive so far. It's a very straightforward deck, which, a lot of my decks are, which is why I think they will never be super optimized. Like, I have things that just keep me from fully optimizing my list. I've never had any OCD tendencies. And I'm not going to start claiming that I have OCD. It's just, if you look at the stereotypical, oh, I'm so OCD about this. Bronzes. Having one-ofs of bronzes, it hurts. Are you like that? I'm sure plenty of people are like that. Like it's not something super special about me. It's just it wasn't always like this. It's gotten worse. So, that's one thing that's probably holding my decks back is like I really want just to have 2-ofs of every bronze. Like there's no 1-off tech. There's no 1-off because you only want 1. There's always 2. Although in this deck it does work fairly well. So this is what I've come up with for Battle Trance, one of the new Skellige leaders. Responds and plays Mardrome. And heals a random ally unit by 1 whenever you play an alchemy card. So, naturally, we need, well, we don't need, but we want alchemy cards. So we have Gedineth, we have, Crow Mother, because she's an excellent card. That works really well with alchemy cards. Sigdrifa's Right, Ermion to tutor them. Gremist gets a refreshable Purify when you play alchemy cards, so it's a nice synergy. Giga Scorpion because it's one of the best removals in the game. A couple of Frey's Blessings because we are playing a lot of engines. High power engines that we really want to stick. So double res is good. Runestone because it's a cheap alchemy card. And honestly, Runestones are not bad. Like for 5 provisions, like creating a bronze from within your own faction, like very rarely has this been terrible for a 5 provision card. And of course, in a deck like this, and in Skellige in particular, there's potential synergy with the alchemy tag, so that's just even better. Mardrome is an alchemy card that is very central to our strategy. In total, we can play 4 through leader, scenario, and the 2 we have here. We do have Crow Clan Preachers, just in case somebody nicks our mushrooms again. She's an expert on that. Crow Messengers, they got buffed. They're now 4 strength each. So this can be an 8-point play that thins our deck for 1, which is just really, really good. And a couple of Crow's Eye Rhizome. Easy to trigger, 6 for 4. Alchemy. It's very good. So that's the alchemy side of things, and we have quite a few alchemy cards, a lot of which we do want to play, which I think makes Crow Clan Preacher a fairly decent addition to the deck. Of course, with getting a, getting the bonded is just, a tad easier. And yeah, like I said, we do play a lot of alchemy cards. So they're nice engines to have on the side of things. And I say on the side of things because despite the heavily focused alchemy leader and all the alchemy cards, as you can tell by the title of the deck, this is a self-wound list as well. And that is where the gist of the deck comes in. Like, alchemy is just the type of self-wound. Like, this is not Ursine Ritual. We don't have Wildkarl because we have no real reason, no real way of safely proccing him. We don't have other self-wound cards that I can't think of right now. But we have priests. There are druids, so they fit very thematically. But they are, of course, a very good self-wound engine. On their own, though, they're not spectacular. But when combined with Armored Drakkar, now we're talking. With Armored Drakkar, they are 2 points a turn. And every other turn, you'll also get an extra point or two from the Drakkars exposed. Drakkar also works well with Mardrome. And that's just a nice little thing we got going there. We also have Blue by Lugos, which is another, of course, good self-wound target. Whenever this takes damage from a Svalbard Priest, it will damage a random enemy unit by 2, netting us, additional value. The thing about Blue by Lugos that separates him from pretty much every other viable self-wound target is that he becomes damaged, unlike Drakkar and Draco Turtle, which we also have. And he doesn't heal himself, unlike Greatswords and Veterans. So he can actually utilize the healing aspect of the Battle Trance ability. Now, he is good even without this. Like, otherwise, this would have been, maybe not the best. But he's a good card even without this. And the fact that this can heal him just makes it even better. But we're not really focused on the healing aspect of this. But, in all the games I played, just the incidental healing every now and then did add up to a handful of extra points. On top of the Mardrome, which does play for decent value. 16 provision leader is not bad. But I do think this leader is playable. It feels pretty good. We have Yuta and Demon, because getting big units higher than 12 is so easy for us. I mean, the priests, only takes a few turns of stickage for this guy to pass it up. Mardrome, of course, will put a Drakkar or a Lugos or a Turtle way above. Well, not way above, but close. The Turtle will go pretty high. He'll be like 17. And Blue Boy will be... Blue Boy won't go too tall. But we can get high units. Alright, we can get big boy units, which makes this a very easy card to play. And on the off chance that we have to play her with damage, we could heal her. No, you could play Restore, but I'm not going to do that, because why? It could be good, but I can't really fit it in. And I don't want to even try. I mean, that's pretty much it. Draco Turtle I mentioned. Sigdrifa's Right is good to bring back Draco Turtle, which allows us to have him as our finisher as well as play him earlier. Because Draco Turtle next to a Priest, that wins rounds. And then being able to bring it back for one less provision than it cost itself. I mean, this is just like a second Draco Turtle for 9. Which is good. You can also bring back Yuta for just an easy 12 points. On the off chance that, maybe we didn't play Draco Turtle in round 1, so we just play it from hand. We need a better res. Blue Boy is also a good res. But in a very short round with very little setup potential, Yuta will often be the better target. 12 points straight up. He's very, very good. Whew. That's a longer intro than I usually do. Maybe it was a warm-up. because I haven't recorded in a while, but I really wanted to talk about the cards and you know, the thoughts behind them. This is not an optimized list. I made it, first of all. Second of all, it's like even I can make optimized lists, but they require a lot of testing that this list has yet to go through. Although you're gonna get to be part of that now. This is more of an experimental video. We're just gonna have fun, experiment with what I personally think is a cool looking deck, and it's been fun to play so far. We are against lockdown though, so which is it the worst? I don't think lockdown is necessarily the worst for us. Like, we lose out on the Marjoram combo, but that's... We still have powerful engines and 16 provisions from our leader, which is still worth quite a bit. And Neuromancy is very good. I was kind of hoping for Chrome Messengers. They've not been very good about coming into my hand. To be fair, they are more recent additions. Like, I haven't played Chrome Messengers for more than 2 games before this, like 1 or 2. So they haven't really had a time to shine, but they're good. I guess we could get one off a Runestone. That'd be epic. Oh, are people doing like Radia Shoop lockdown again? That's the dumbest stuff ever. Alright, so... I'm just gonna set up this. Like, if he has more removal, maybe we can bait it out. Of course, if it is Shoop, then we don't have to fear a second Thunder. Tourney Joust doesn't hurt us too bad. Oh my god, no. Don't be poisoned. I mean, when they play Mata, you have to assume that there's some poison involved, right? We have Gremist. He can actually put in a decent amount of work. I could go for... Do I go for a res onto the priest, or just get the second priest? I guess this just getting the second priest is better. Keep the reses for later. Keep it more flexible, you know. We'll see. I should have played this here. So this doesn't die to assassination. Okay, he just has 2 Thunders. Okay. I was really hoping for just a high roll, either a res or a new priest or something. We could Scald. I don't really mind the Scald. Okay, we drew into the Crow. Probably not gonna... Or am I? I'm gonna ditch the Rhizome. Okay, so it is ball, presumably double ball, seeing as he's playing it now. But he has 2 Alcer's Thunders in there, which is just weird. I mean, luckily he has killed most of our poison targets, so... So hey. That's nice. I mean, most of her are good ones. Right now he has 4s. He's gonna get another 4. I am gonna have to go big if I want to play the Jutta this round. This would go 212, right? Because it gets damage to 2, and then it... Yeah. It's not going to be very good. I could just red coin it and pass. He would have to play another card, go down to 5. Wow, that's not even worth it. I actually have no way of getting her that high. Except if I keep this alive and double Marjoram it against poison. They don't call me God mode for nothing. Yeah, it really is a struggle because you're playing some of the most annoying shit and I'm just... Alright. I mean, it's not gonna be worth it. It's not gonna work. Even by spending one more poison on this, he's gonna have this, and he's gonna have another one for this. And it's gonna be a pretty high value poison too, killing a 6. I lose my Purify. I mean, this is a bad matchup. Like, we go big. Like, we have Priests, we have Dracarys, we win a Marjoram, we have Yutta, we have Draco Turtle. Like, we go big. So this is always going to be a bad matchup for us. There's really not much of a way we can win. I mean, he's playing slow. I say slow, it's still ridiculously fast because he can play his most expensive card in round 1. Well, losing on even is bad. Winning 2 cards down is better than losing on even, so... Alright, I'm just gonna play it.
No one else dares face me.
Alright. Well, with no way of getting last say, it's gonna make life a real pain in the ass. I mean, I could just go for a bleed. I have Chromoma carryover. His deck isn't really much without... the ball. Like, he's playing Lockdown. There's no need for me to go... I mean, if I go into a long round, then I get bigger units. And that's not good. But if I bleed and I get nowhere with it... I mean, I just have a lot of tall units. I can't. This is wrong. By the way, this is wrong. But I'm... Even if I dry pass, I'm a card down. You know, long rounds only benefit me if I'm free to go tall, at least for a few units. But I mean, he's gonna be able to kill all of them. And I'm gonna res a priest. Is gonna be doomed, so he's gonna Vincent it right away. Why are you emoting? Why do you have to actually be the biggest prick? Yeah, now this is gonna get Vincented at some point. I would have to get like really far ahead and then have this engine running. But obviously that's not gonna work. So deep. King Cobra deep. I mean, at least it's a slow play. And like, if I can't Sigdrifa's right Gremist. Like, I need to keep this shit alive. And this takes the Doomed off of it as well. And I'm able to refresh it once. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. If I can at least somehow get the second ball out of him? I don't know if I could. Why are they back to playing King Cobra? Like, it's not a good card. Alright. What's gonna be best here? I mean, that just takes me too tall. I could Blessing something, get a backup priest. But then he just gets another Vincent. It's not this. I don't think it's this. It's not this. It has to be this. If I do this, then the priest that he can Vincent is the easiest, is the smallest. Let's see. I mean, depending on what he plays, I want to drop Blue Boy in between the priests. Like, that would just net me so many points per turn. And he's about to run out of cards. And, you know, Poison is not that big. What? It's not that quick. Just a squirrel. I mean, that is so slow. You know, and we have Chromama out. I mean, it's greedy. Like, what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 points passively now. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna show this double ball lockdown prick. Why Skellige has the best designed engines in the game. The coolest, most fun. Alright, he's gonna go into his ball. Alright, just a morale. Okay. Alright, so he... There you go. But it's not enough. We get the Neuromancy out for just a tourney joust. I mean, I got both my cards back. That has to be worth something. Got Vincent, got Morale, Roderick. I would love my scenario right now. I mean, that's not good. Yes! I can only trigger it once. But it's still going to be a lot of points. And of course that Draco Turtle was worth very little. Now I... No. Is this actually working? Oh my god. Ah, that kind of sucks. I wish I could spawn these crows in between here. That would be great. I wish he'd messed up and placed it here. Like, that would have been fantastic. Oh, Chromama carryover as well. I completely forgot. I mean, there's no way we lose this. Even if he kills that, I still have 7 points. Even if he kills this. It actually worked. I'm not gonna GG you, sir, but I did enjoy it, but only because somehow I managed to bleed him out of a 2-card advantage. I know it's not super impressive. I mean, it's lockdown. Lockdown. Is it really that good? Probably not. But I mean, it was double ball against a deck that does nothing but go tall. If you go tall, you don't want to see that double ball. Ooh, squares.
Step carefully. You're in my
Please don't be Symbiosis. I mean, Symbiosis has a lot of control, which, you know, just really nails us. If this is Shiru, I mean, we go so tall, like, Shiru can't touch us. If this is Shiru, then that may not be the worst thing in the world. This is a pretty good starting hand. I'm gonna ditch that. Again with the no crows. I do have 2 of them. Dunka with a boost. That is to be expected. I'm curious to see how much control he has. I mean, you know, a couple of Nature's Rebukes is to be expected. You know, Runestone tells us it's gourd, right? It's a gourd deck. Well, we can play Utah. Okay, so there's going to be quite a bit of removal. Luckily, we have a second Priest, as well as a Freya's Blessing, as well as an Ermion. Ermion? Okay, I was kind of wondering if he was going to use this. I think it's good for him that he didn't. I also think this is a good Giga Scorpion. And I just noticed we don't have Crow Mother in hand, which also sucks. That's another card you really want in round 1. Although, can be used for other purposes as well. Alright, well. We got a decent amount of value from that Priest. Oh. So it's not Devotion. Did we know that? No, we are just learning that now. And it makes sense, like, most of them don't run Devotion. But we know it's a Skags list, and because it's not Devotion, it's probably Heat Wave. So maybe it's good that we're not going too tall. We're not getting to go too tall. It's not for a lack of trying. I'll say that much.
So, no one else dares face me.
12 points feels good. Alright, slow play. Is it worth the Gremist? 8-point Gremist. We're not really gonna need it later. They never run poison. And that's both of their expected sources of vitality. So I think we're good. And this is just such a sick engine. Like I said, like Heat Wave is very possible. Like it's almost guaranteed that he has a Heat Wave in there, but maybe he didn't draw it. Maybe he's not gonna play it. Maybe he's gonna play it on Utah to deny me some carryover, although that is not a good idea. Most likely. We're thinking about using that. That means he's getting out of the round. Putting it to 6. Are you gonna shear that? Two leader charges plus pulling the trigger on Dunka for a 10-point Shiru. I mean, really, what I found was bad about that play. I mean, it may not be have been a bad play, but what I found sketchy about it was the commitment, especially from leader. Like playing the Shiru, probably not a bad play, because I mean he's seeing that like I'm gonna go pretty tall pretty quick with most of my units. What is this? 9 points. Goes down to 6, boost up to 7 again, and then boost by 9. It's 9. Which is not enough, but then we can just Ermion for the win if he goes for a pass. Ooh. See, now we're talking. Now we're talking big dumb cards. All right. I mean, Ermion would be 11, puts me to 39. And then, like, either he plays his card, and I will have pushed him out of whatever that is. I mean, that is a dwarf that is boosted by 2. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This may seem very stupid. I mean, I'll get the 7. Yeah, I can just tutor one of these. Maybe even the thing would have been good. The runestone. That was probably a bad play. Very committal, but I just giving him the round seemed like worse, if that makes sense. Thank you. Look at this. Alright, how punished would I get? You think he's gonna commit 9 points to punish a bleed? I mean, depending on his hand buffs, that may be almost inevitable. I don't think he's gonna do it. You're not committing 9 points to punish the bleed. You're not doing it. Told you. Alright, free thinning. Alright. So what is good about this is I have last say, which means my giant turtle, which I hopefully will draw, won't get super fucked. It won't get heat waved. Alright, that's good though. That's good. I mean, it's probably his gourd, I would guess. Like, I don't think we have this because I don't have the cards right now. I mean, these are decent cards. It's just not quite what I want, you know? Alright, that's boosted by 3. Wait, the fact that it was boosted at all, that means that was what he boosted? Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't Skags and it wasn't Gourd. I mean, I imagine he has drawn into Gourd by now. Yeah. Man, that was just his leader. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I am not getting it. I mean, what are the odds he lives? No, he's dead. He has the second rebuke. Yeah. Wow. Yep, there is not much we can do now. God. Our last turn is big, but it's not that big. Oh, that's right. That is right. The heat wave. I knew he had it. I mean... Oh, should I have gone for the last say on that? I mean, he... Like, my option was Mardroming Blue Boy, which would have given him still a big heat wave. And I kind of needed the greed, you know? I needed the greed from that turtle. Because honestly, it may have been enough. If it hadn't been for that heat wave, it may have been enough. I don't know. No NR this video, which I am eternally grateful for, but this shit. I really wish they would make monsters actually playable and not just like a very specific pile of garbage. Okay, Manticore, Maruna. The Crow Messengers luckily will offset the chance of those cards hitting us too hard. Ermion could also help with those. Although I'm not sure what we want to Ermion. Could put the priest down first. Set this to 3. Just to preemptively offset it a little bit. The priest itself is safe from those cards because he goes up to 5. Like, he'll always be the biggest, and really? Why would you boost it? That's dumb. There is just no point to that. Sorry to say it, but that was actually... I mean, it's against me, against my deck right now. Like, it's not gonna do anything bad for him. So, you know, good for you, dude. You nailed it. But it just seemed weird. Why make this bigger than you have to? I mean, dominance, sure. If you did it for dominance, perfectly fine. Or he plays Frost too in this thing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't mind that too much. I mean, it'll get to a point where it's gonna hurt a little bit, but for now, it's okay. I gotta make sure not to fall too far behind, though. We gotta get Chromama out while we still have a chance of escaping. I kind of misplayed, like I should have waited for this to ping this one more time before I played it down. Because the idea was to Marjoram this. So this is the highest unit and it always just tanks the Frost. Although I kind of got that now. But of course now we're in this position. Which is not exactly where I want to be at. Pyro? I mean... No? There are no damaged enemies. Like, there's never any damaged enemies. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And that was actually really bad. Like, for this particular situation, that was not good. Like, I'm gonna have to play Ermion just to get a target for this. We can't lose value there.
I can help you if you wish.
And there's no real... Sure, denying dominance is fine. Well, we're safe from a pass at this point, which is good. But of course, you know, you can see my cards here before you. They're bad. I'm just gonna hope that he has some really bad cards too. I've gotten lucky in the past. Alright, we didn't do it. We didn't do it.
Yet another horn for my collection.
Alright. That is a shame. I really feel like I played something wrong here. I could just be very hard on myself. Oh, he said hard on. And at this point, double blessing is not bad. That's also not bad. I'm gonna ditch the Giga Scorpion. I don't. This is doomed, so it's not a free play. I guess it's just a priest. I don't like it, but that's the way it's gonna have to be. Right, I've played this a couple of times against like proper frost decks, and you know, with some of our more interesting cards there, we actually can counter it decently well. Oh. Yeah, we can counter that pretty well, but I mean, this obviously is not that frost heavy. We've seen both Bruiser though. Like playing against double Bruiser and 2 movements from the Frost Leader, that was a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. That was a massive pain in my ass. It's not Devotion, right? Oh, it is, because this is a Thrive. And he's playing this. So it is Devotion, which means this is safe. That's not. That's fine. So we could go for double those, or we could start working on this. I mean, all in all, Priest on Drakkar is better. We also have Blue Boy, which is why we might go for just double Priest. There's the big man himself. I mean, there's not too much damage he can do right now. No. Five. I'm not beating 5 yet. Oh. We're matching 5. We're not beating 5. He has his own scenario. That makes perfect sense. That's what's gonna kill us. I mean, actually, we kind of want to get Draco Turtle out just to maximize. Like, I'm not really scared of tall unit removal here. So I'm gonna be super greedy. And he better just allow it. Because he's going to be super greedy too. I mean, you can tell. No holds barred. The amount of times I lose to just Monster's top end, I'm not proud to admit it. Somehow it always catches me off guard. I don't know how that's even possible, seeing as it happens every time. Alright. So we're gonna get the second priest going. We might as well have it tick here once. Yeah, just all the greed. All of the greed. Yeah, we're probably gonna see an Imlerith out of nowhere, and then Imlerith's Wrath for the destroy. And I'm not gonna boost that turtle more until I see that his second to last card is not Imlerith. I just can't. You're really gonna give me those rats? You're not gonna give me those rats. Why would you do that? Alright, I think the greed is kind of paying off here. Wouldn't you say? Don't kill him, I need him to be healed by my last alchemy card. Makes sense that it's dead laugh. Okay, so there's gonna be big points coming in here. And he's gonna have to use leader for that. I mean, he has this too. I don't know what he would... Okay. Alright. 59 to 69. We both have a card left. I have my leader. He does not. Let us see. That's 12. This is going to be 12 plus 13 with the heal. Plus 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I thought so. Finally someone matching your greed, huh? Get lost, son. GG, though. You know, with everyone saying that Monsters is so hot garbage right now, it's never completely awful to play against them, even their most obnoxious net decks, because at least it's like, yeah, people still play Monsters. People are still winning with Monsters. It's still a fun faction. Because that they are. They are fun. And they're probably the most well-balanced one too. Although I actually think that Skellige, minus maybe still some warrior stuff, but I mean, especially self-wound and stuff like that, that feels fairly balanced to me. And it is definitely fun. So, now I've had 8 games with this. And I won 5? Three and 2, 4 and 2, 4 and 3, 5 and 3. Still positive win rate, which is enough to get you ranking up them ranks. I'm gonna leave you with some thoughts that I had yesterday when I played the first 5 games with this, that I still have today, and that's... You'd think this be good. Like, with all the alchemies and the Gedenath, but it just never gets time to shine. And I guess part of the reason for that is, like, you know, yes, we have reses, but you don't want to use them here because you'd rather play these cards right here. So maybe, I mean, as sad as it is, I mean, they bait removal. They do get a good amount of points when they stick on the board. So I'm not sure we desperately need to get rid of them. They do fit in, like, thematically and mechanically. And of course, they always fit in my heart. Because who did nick our mushrooms again? NR did. Shield Wall nicked our mushrooms. But luckily not for this video, and that, you know what, that's exactly what I needed. Just one recording session, one play session in general, without shield wall. That felt good. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know this deck isn't... like, it's not gonna be top tier. But I mean, you know me, I don't care. I think it's nice. It's definitely fun. I guess the most important piece of commentary I can really give based off of this is how I feel about this type of self-wound versus Ursine Ritual. I like for a traditional self-wound list with priests and Drakars and stuff, I think this is more fun. Because Ursine Ritual, it's really just trigger Wild Carl. And, I don't know, some people have Service Shield Maidens. Ursine Ritual is still my favorite self-wound leader because, as far as self-wounding strategies goes, there's only one that could be on top, and that's Queensguard. By the way, I have refined the Queensguard list. We're back to non-devotion, but still playing Herald the Cripple. And I think the list is in a pretty good spot. And it's super greedy. But it goes wide with its greed, which I think is pretty good in a meta where people are still playing double ball after like 9 months. And, you know, the big shielded Anseis duels don't really do much when they're still only killing a 4. So that deck actually is very fun. I'm going to say it's very fun because it actually hasn't done super well against NR, but that may just be my fault. But it's still my favorite deck in the game. So let me know if you want a video of that, and let me know what you've been playing while I've been gone. Are you enjoying the game? Are you enjoying the new leaders? Or are you just playing the same old good stuff? Let me know. And I hope to see you again hopefully soon. I really don't want another 4 days to pass. Like, this went well. I felt like this went well. I had a good time. I had a positive experience. And I'm gonna get to once again feel the immense satisfaction of uploading a video to a bunch of lovely people. And I look forward to hearing from you again. Hope you're all doing well. Staying healthy both in body and mind. And I hope to see you soon. Have a good one.